అతి చిన్న వయసులో అత్యంత ప్రతిభాశాలిగా ఇండియా బుక్ ఆఫ్ ఏషియా బుక్ ఆఫ్ రికార్డ్స్, ఇంటర్నేషనల్ బుక్ ఆఫ్ రికార్డ్స్ లో తనకంటూ ఓ ప్రత్యేక స్థానాన్ని సంపాదించుకుంది పూర్వీ రజాక్. తన తల్లిదండ్రులు ఇచ్చిన ప్రోత్సాహంతో తన పరిజ్ఞానం జోడించి అనేక అవార్డులు పొందింది ఈ చిన్నారి. పూర్వి వివిధ రంగాల్లో రాణిస్తూ అందరినీ ఆకట్టుకుంటోంది. పూర్వి మరిన్ని విజయాలు సాధించి విశాఖకి పేరు ప్రఖ్యాతులు మరింత పెంచాలని వైజాగ్ విజన్ ఆకాంక్షిస్తోంది. వివిధ రాష్ట్రాల రుచులు, దానికి సంబంధించిన విశేషాలతో వైజాగ్ విజన్ కు పూర్వి ఇచ్చిన ప్రత్యేక ఇంటర్వ్యూ మీకోసం.
Hi Vizagvision viewers, I am Angel Sopi. I'm right now here to interview Poorvi Rajak. Hi Poorvi.
Hello ma'am.
She's a multi-talented and one in a million. She's got many awards like in the Asian Book of Records, Indian Book of Records and many more. Let's see more from her. Okay? Okay. The first question. Could you tell us more about how your journey is, how you started and what's inspiration?
Well, I have started my journey ever since I was 3 years old. I apparently always had an interest in art. So I won my first prize in art at the age of 3, and I also gave my first stage performance in as 3. So I have been lucky to have my parents and teachers who have always encouraged me and motivated me to participate in competitions. So that's how.
May I know what is your first performance at the age of 3?
It was anchoring for the introduction of our school annual day program.
Oh, okay. Fine. Latest accomplishments. Could you talk more about that? Especially the ones that came at the Asia Book of Records, or mostly the ones you're proud of?
Just recently I have entered my name in the Asia Book of Records. For this one I have made 223 Indian food items and represented them here, as you can see. And I got Asia Book of Records for that. And recently I participated in many competitions and won prizes too.
You were telling about you came up with the miniature, this work.
Yes.
So could you say that how you came up with the idea, or what was the main idea, how expensive, how the ideal of it?
So to be honest, I'm a really big foodie. I love eating. So I have had lot of fascination about the cultural diversity of India, be it art, be it traditional clothing, be it food. So this time I decided to venture out on food, and so here I was and collected a lot of information through books about Indian food items, and I decided to make miniature models of those with air dry clay, since miniature models are very cute and I love sculpting like that. So I just ended up.
Have you tried most of the foods?
It's a sad fact that no, but I have tried many of them, like some in Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh side.
Okay. So I just mostly want to ask that you've gotten these accomplishments, right? So what about the children who's coming up or does not have the influence to do about the things that you do? What about them?
So the only message which I can give them is what I always give: to follow your dreams. So I followed my own dreams and passions, and that's why I've just got this. I know that it's very little, but you can do what you want with the resources which you have at hand and innovate with those.
Is there something that you've done from scratch, like something different that you've done just from scratch?
Biggest example for start from scratch can be this.
Okay.
And I have also had Indian art forms on seashells, for which I got India Book of Records, and that was also another artwork which I started from scratch.
When I've come to your place, I've seen that your mom has framed all this, and it's very nice to see that your parents are very supportive. Do you have anything to say to those parents or anybody about aspiring artists?
I'm really lucky to have parents who support me and allow me to pursue what I want. And I would like to tell not only particularly to artists or people who just want to go into art, this is for all forms of what children are interested in. I would like to tell parents just one thing. Do not stop children from what they want to do. So if they want to do something, you must encourage them and perhaps even guide them so that they can achieve their dreams. So you need to discover what our talent is first to manifest it. And the only way through which we can discover our talent is to try it out first.
Poorvi, could you talk to us more about this Indian foods, the art you have created?
Yeah, so Indian foods I have already told, it's just a food collection with miniature models of different types of food items. Like so, while collecting this I have seen many things about variations of food cultures in India. The differences are so minute yet so big. That's the wonder of Indian food diversity. Like in Kerala we have food items which are mainly they had fruits in that. Like we have apple kheer, and we have, and in Madhya Pradesh I have seen almost like a mix from all India, and Rajasthani has very beautiful dishes and I hope it tastes well. Like we have malpua, ghevra and dal bati churma. I don't know how to pronounce these words properly because I don't know the regional language. So forgive me for that if any natives are watching. And here we have Maharashtra, all India famous pav bhaji, vada pav. All India loves that food, and many foods from India are like that only. And from here we have sandesh, rasgulla from Bengal, India's favorite sweet, almost everyone's. Who wouldn't like that sweet? And here we have maba bati, gujia. And in Andhra Pradesh itself we have Madugula halwa, which has a GI tag. And then we have bobatlu and pesarattu, all that. So, and in Kerala I have noticed one thing, like most of the foods are made with, not Kerala, Karnataka and Malenadu hillsides, they make food with coconut milk instead of normal milk, as there are cows there, and because of stunted growth, as I have learnt, of cows and less produce of cow's milk, they make milk from coconuts which are abundant there. So innovating.
Can I ask, doesn't this get like spoiled, like not like spoiled, like doesn't it get like fungitivitis or whatever it is?
No, this is just air dry clay, and once it dries out it can live for pretty long periods of time.
So what's the process? How did you actually end up,
So you can have some air dry clay, take it and give it shape you want.
Okay, and then you
and
just
add
paint.
textures, all that minute details and all. And then paint over it, giving it the textures of paint, correct colors, details with paint, shading and all that.
So how many hours did you complete it in?
Not hours. So it has been a long process of over 6 months. With I spend at least 1 to 2 hours on weekends, 3 hours like that.
Poorvi, your friends and family see you accomplishing things in your life, right? How do you think that they feel regarding that?
The reaction which I receive is positive. I'm really lucky to have parents and family members who support me, and I'm also really fortunate to have lot of wonderful teachers who always encourage and support me, and my peers too.
Poorvi, you said that you've written poems. So is there anything that we can read or anything that you can share with us?
Yes, I do have published 2 books. My first book, The Fascinating World of Poems, and my second book, which is The Mystical World of Poetry, which we can see here. So these are available in Amazon, Flipkart and Notion Press. So if anyone's interested, they can surely buy. And I would like to add here that the money which you will use to buy my books will be given to charity, since I believe in helping orphans.
Poorvi, if you don't mind, could you mind reading us something from your book?
Sure. Since Vizag, we all live in Vizag, and Vizag is such a lovely place to live, and I have written a poem about Vizag. So we have the poem City of Destiny. Like, so here it is. Since we would like to read, I would like to share only a few lines which are my favorite. Oh, jewel of the East Coast, about your beauty everyone boasts. You will have a place in everyone's hearts. So will your green hills and shipyards. Vizag will never cease from this world. In you, everyone's glad. Oh, cosmopolitan city, always you will have your beauty. So this is just small part of the poem from this book. So both of the books I'd like to add here have been published by Anuradhyam, New Delhi.
Is there, like, could you tell us more about your highest rank of achievements that you've got till now?
Like till now my highest achievements have been the India Book of Records, Asia Book of Records, International Book of Records, India Pout Book of Records, and apart from that in various competitions, like I got a prize in the state level of Lions Peace Poster Contest, and then I received 3 prizes from ISRO, and then apart from that, like I have received Kala Vedika Award from Vizag, then Bharatiya Bal Kala Sanskriti Samman, Indian Icon Award, Vishwaratna Samman, and many more.
Wow, that's great. Do you ever plan or would you ever impart your knowledge to anybody?
Believe knowledge is a thing which should be shared, and that is always for the betterment of the world. So I currently share my knowledge with my younger cousin sister, she is Arshita, and I would like to, if I get a chance, I'd like to spread my knowledge among the orphans, especially girl orphans. Orphans really need a lot of mental and emotional support, and also I'd like to spread my skills to them, as they also have power, they also deserve. I have noticed many of the orphans and orphanages lack a few of the privileges which we have, and also I would like to give them more skills and the medium which they need to develop their skills, so that they can develop their skills. Unfortunately, many orphanages don't have that. So if I have a chance, I definitely most go in orphanages.
How do you feel being recognized so young?
I feel like this is nothing to me, because I know that there is way much more left to achieve. This is just not even the first step, but I do feel happy when I see many of my peers saying that I am their inspiration. I feel happy making a difference. Like, if this much can inspire people, then I wonder how much more can I achieve, how many more people can I inspire, because inspiration is what many people need to find to get started on what they want.
Poorvi, how do you stay motivated during your difficult, like very hectic schedule? Like, and could you tell more about your school too?
As you know, I go to school, I study in Little Angel School. So the way in which I motivate myself to go through my schedule is prioritize my tasks. I first prioritize my homework, and after that go with the flow along with prioritizing. That's it. And as you asked me to tell me more about my school, I'd really love to. As I told you, I study in Little Angel School in MVP Colony, and it's a really wonderful school. I never like to move out of that. We have such wonderful classrooms, such a beautiful atmosphere over there, and such wonderful teachers who make sure that we understand the concept. They motivate us really to participate in the competitions and all. And I'd also like to thank our founder and chairman, Venu Mohan sir, for his complete guidance and his due affection towards his students. And because of him that we are in this school, and many students are there, and many students are getting educated.
May I know what is your future aspirations?
So I would like to be an IAS officer.
So if you're going for IAS, do you think all this will just become an hobby? Do you think you can do this, part-time too? Or
Definitely. It is going to be a hobby. It's going to still remain a passion for me, writing poems, doing artworks and all that. It is going to remain a passion for me. Because for me, it's not just a form of expression. It's a part of my life. I cannot live without art. I cannot live without writing poems. and it will always remain a hobby for me. And who knows, maybe on while I am a district collector IAS officer, I might compose even more different varieties of poems while doing my job.
The Poorvi, you said IAS was your main aspiration. Why IAS and what is your main inspiration? What is your goal behind it?
I have seen that many places lack basic things. Like for Vizag, we have cleanliness. We need to really improve our cleanliness and the quality of our roads. So, and various other cities have various other needs. Like in towns and villages, we need to have proper water supply and clean water supply in main, or otherwise street lights and other basic amenities. So, so what I would like to develop is based mostly on the city. And as you asked what inspired me to be an IAS officer, prior to that I had always wanted to be an architect, but then an incident just changed it within a fraction of a second. So I was sitting at the hospital, I was down with fever, I was in 6th class, and I saw people smoking outside while I was waiting in the waiting hall. That made me terribly angry. Like there are sick people waiting here, there are small children waiting here. By smoking, they are not only putting their own lives at risk, but also the lives at risk of many other people around them. And I wondered what could I do to stop such things. Then I realized I had to be in an authority position to stop such things and to improve the quality of life of many people. So that second I decided I'd be an IAS officer. And now in class 9, looking back, I have not changed yet.
Great, Poorvi. That's like you're showing you're really ambitious and you're a really great inspiration to other girls too. So I just wanted to ask that you made these with shells, right?
Yes.
So do you make other things from scratch too?
Yeah, like my mother throws many things in the dustbin. So I pick it up, mummy scolds, that usually happens, but after that I try to make some unique things out of that, like flower vases, bangle boxes, and other things with plaster of Paris. I can make some idols of gods and goddesses and many more things.
So Poorvi, we were talking about discipline, we were talking about all the arts you were doing. Do you do anything other than this beside, art form?
Apart from art and writing poetry, I am also a karateka. I believe karate is a form of self-defense which incorporates discipline also it. Karate, I believe, is not just a form of physical punching, kicking, doing all that. It also requires discipline and our brain focus as to how to perfectly deliver the kick, as to the techniques, as to various kicks, as to perfect landing of each kicks. And we also have katas in karate, which involves steps, and perfecting katas is another task which plays with our brain too. So karate not only provides us physical fitness but also improves and sharpens our brain and discipline. Apart from karate, as I've told, I love writing poems, I love painting, I love reading books. Books are just another portal to another totally different world in which you just get sucked into like a black hole. And once you get sucked into it, it's really difficult to come out of it. The only thing which can make me come out of reading books is mummy shouting, "It's already 9:30, come have your lunch, come have your dinner." And sometimes she will remind me, "It's time for karate class." That's the only thing which brings me back to reality. And books also give a lot of knowledge. And apart from reading books, and I also love collecting coins. Coins have always fascinated me. Like they are a testament to what's happening. Who knows? The coins that we use today might be ancient for the people in the future, just like the ancient coins which we find now must have been things which we use like now. So I also love collecting coins and much more. Sometimes it's not just what I want to do. My initiation marks like this. Shall we try something new? Shall we try this? And then I just jump in.
Guys, she is an IAS who can actually kick asses now. So, we've heard a lot about Poorvi Rajak. Now, until next season or next episode, let's see you then. Bye bye. Until then.
Bye.
హాయ్ వ్యూయర్స్, వైజాగ్ విజన్ ఛానల్ ని సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేసుకోండి. మా ఛానల్ అందిస్తున్న జాతీయ అంతర్జాతీయ స్థాయి వార్తా విశేషాలు నోటిఫికేషన్స్ కోసం ఇక్కడ కనిపిస్తున్న బెల్ ఐకాన్ ని క్లిక్ చేయండి.